Now I know that many of you guys are waiting for a fourth stimulus payment, but there are currently 3 different ways for you to receive a stimulus check. There are multiple lawmakers that are ready to include a fourth round of stimulus payments into President Biden's new spending bill. Now I hope all of you guys are having a great day so far. This is your fourth stimulus check update and daily news report, and we have a ton of news to go over in today's video. So folks, be sure to subscribe to my channel and give this video a like if you support a $1,000 monthly stimulus check.
At the time they were debating what should be education in America, the argument was there should be 12 years of free education. And that's what got us ahead. That's what had us leap ahead of the rest of the world. But as I said, today everybody's caught up. Does anybody think in the 21st century, with the change that's taking place in technology and across the board?
Dozens of lawmakers in the House of Representatives and the Senate think Americans should get a fourth stimulus relief payment. According to Yahoo Finance, if you want to receive another payment to help you cover your bills and pay down debt, more federal money may already be out there. Now here are a few ways to get what might be considered a fresh stimulus check, without having to wait for Congress to pass new legislation. Now folks, in the 2 most recent crisis relief bills, the one from March and the earlier one signed in December, Congress approved a total of $46.6 billion in emergency aid for tenants who cannot afford their rent. The National Low-Income Housing Coalition calls the amount of support available for renters unprecedented. You qualify for help if you can show that a crisis has impacted your ability to pay rent or utilities, and that you're facing a risk of homelessness. Renters can get up to 18 months of assistance to cover both missed and future rent. Now here are a couple examples of what that looks like in the States. Eligible renters in Texas can receive as much as $4,600 a month in Illinois. They can get lump sums of up to $25,000. The funds are being distributed by more than 400 state and local agencies.
We got to raise the minimum wage to a living wage.
Exactly.
Okay? So anyone who works 40 hours a week in this country should not be living in poverty. I believe that's $15 an hour over the next several years. Pay equity, obviously, for women workers who are now making 79 cents on the dollar. That's a pretty easy one.
For all of their efforts in making sure that we are not going to cut Social Security, and in fact, we're going to expand benefits for the millions of people who desperately need it. There is a lot of misinformation going on in terms of Social Security. Number one, anyone who tells you that Social Security is going broke is not telling you the truth.
And though the crisis ushered in ultra-low mortgage rates that have showered certain homeowners with refinance savings, many others are still struggling to make those house payments. If you're having trouble staying current on your mortgage and worry you might be headed for delinquency or even foreclosure, the government has the money to help. Biden's crisis rescue package from March created a $10 billion homeowner assistance fund, with a minimum $3 million appropriated for each state. You can apply for money through your state's housing agency to get your share of the funds. You will have to provide evidence that you're under financial stress due to the crisis. You're also eligible if you earn no more than 150% of your area's median income, and as long as your loan balance doesn't exceed $548,000. And everybody, starting July 15th, the IRS will send out monthly payments to nearly 39 million households under a temporary expansion of the child tax credit. The expanded credit, which was included in the stimulus bill that President Biden signed in March, offers families $250 a month for each dependent ages 6 to 17, and $300 for every dependent younger than 6 years old for the rest of the year. The checks will provide half the credit for 2021. And the rest can be taken as refunds when parents file income taxes next year. If your family has submitted a return this year, the IRS should have enough information to provide your child credit payments automatically. The tax agency recently introduced a portal where households can check their eligibility for the cash and make certain it will be directed to the correct bank account. Now, scores of federal lawmakers and well over 2.5 million petition signers have made the case that many Americans still require financial assistance due to ongoing disruptions from the crisis. Some proposals call for at least one more conventional stimulus check. Others seek regular payments of $2,000 or want checks to be sent out automatically in response to certain financial triggers. Some proposals call for at least one more conventional stimulus check. Others seek regular payments of $2,000 or want checks to be sent out automatically in response to certain financial triggers. Supporters of additional relief say households need it to cover the essentials, which are food and housing. But surveys have found that the last stimulus checks were mostly used to reduce debt or invest in stocks. The Democrats who control Congress could include a fourth stimulus check in a new multi-trillion-dollar spending bill that they hope to pass using a budget trick that will let them sidestep Republicans after announcing the agreement reached between lawmakers. President Biden said the bipartisan deal only represented one half of his economic plan, and he wanted to get to work right away. Unclear economy proposals that would be included in reconciliation bills that would not have the support of the GOP. He promised the two bills would have more in tandem. Republican lawmakers were quick to denounce the idea of an infrastructure and reconciliation bill together, even though they have less votes than the Democrats in the Senate and therefore cannot block a reconciliation bill via filibuster. Also, despite Joe Biden's walkback, many Democratic lawmakers remain adamant in passing a reconciliation bill alongside the bipartisan infrastructure plan. So I definitely think that lawmakers should use the budget reconciliation process to pass the spending bill. Lawmakers should also include a fourth stimulus check for millions of Americans. Now that's all of the news in this video, folks, and if you support a fourth round of stimulus checks, then let's get this video to 1,000 likes.
We're 47% more likely to earn an associate's degree or higher and get through school without any difficulty. We have to build on that foundation for future success. And then I want to add 2 years of free community college for everyone. And we can afford it. I'll tell you how. That could boost earnings of high school graduates with low-wage jobs by nearly $6,000 a year on average. The average annual cost of a 2-year degree in Illinois is $4,200. Under my proposal, that cost would be zero. But it's not just tuition that's expensive. As was pointed out, living expenses, housing, meals, transportation. And that's why I propose to increase the maximum Pell Grant, which if you are below a certain income, you qualify for a Pell Grant, from about $6,500 a year to $8,000 a year. And that will fill it out. I know that here at McHenry, you have a dual enrollment program, so students from places like Woodstock High School and other high schools, you get credit for taking college classes here. Well, my plan will provide resources to expand programs like the one you have here. My plan will also do more to invest in high-quality job training and apprenticeships in fast-growing sectors like public health, childcare, manufacturing, information, technology, clean energy, so that all Americans can get the skills that employers want that lead to good middle class and, I make no apology, union jobs. We'll also make strategic investments in teachers.